Okay, then let's start the class. In the previous classes, we discussed about the installations and the basics of the Java, right? So today we will go with the input statements and output statements, and also we'll discuss about the operators in the Java, core Java, and in the JSP we'll discuss about we will create a different web pages, okay, and and how we can navigate from one pages to another page. So this is the agenda of the today's class. So we'll start the class, and think you have four members, right? Lokesh, Saitya, Nitin. Let me note your names. Give me 1 second. Saitya. Okay, thanks for joining. And yeah, let me share my screen. Is my screen visible, right? Okay. So this is actually perspective of. So I'm changing it to Java. So here my JSP project is there, right? So I will change to my Java project. Inside my source, we created a basic theory classes and first dot Java page. So let me open this page and what we discussed on that. So we discussed previously on the data types and what are the data types we have. Byte, short, integer, long, float, double, and the character and the boolean. And these are the non-primitive data types. Okay. So for each and every non-primitive data types, we have a separate class. So it's a long topic. So we are taking separate class for that string arrays and classes and interfaces. When we are after completion of the operators and logical statements and conditional statements, okay, so we will discuss about the non-primitive data types on the separate classes. So this is a variables. So variable is nothing but a name and memory location which is used to store in a value, any data type of a value. We are initializing that variable. So variables allow us to store and retrieve and manipulate whatever the data is stored in that variables in our program executions. So this is a data type. Okay, integer is a data type and age is in a variable, and we are storing the integer data type value in the age. Okay, so this is a actually we use variables to declare like this, and we just manipulated. Okay, we retrieved the data which was stored in the age and we manipulated that age. Okay, so manipulation is nothing but whatever the data we have, we are manipulating the data like updating or subtracting, or we are doing something else with whatever the data. Okay, so this is why we use the variables and the data types to store the values. Okay, now let me create one more other class here. Let me take one other class and let me give it as input output statements. Okay, and I'm selecting the public static void main, which is nothing but the main method. So I'm just selecting the main method. So if you not check this, okay, you can also write the public static void main class in your class. Okay, so see here, see this is an a package. Okay, this is your package level. In the package level you have the input dot output dot statement class, and here also you can import the predefined in Java classes also. So in the Java we also have the predefined classes. So if you want to import that Java classes in this present class, okay, in this present input output statement, if you want to use any predefined Java classes, here you can use space. Like if you have to use a keyword as import, and let me use one java dot util dot some base 64 class. Okay, we have some base 64 class, so I just want to use that class. So now here I can import that class in this. So here whatever the base class base 64 class have, so base 64 methods we can use it in this class. Okay, so that's a separate topic. So but how to import in a predefined class is important. So by using the import keyword, okay, so here let me write import keyword is user to import predefined or user defined classes. Okay, predefined or user defined classes. So how to import the Java classes? By using the import keyword. Okay, so here see, in this is a class, but here we didn't get any main method. So in the previous class we created directly with the main method, but here we didn't create it with the main method, right? So we need to create our main method, which is important: public static void main. Here we can use a string args. Okay, so this is our main method, and I also explained about each and everything: public, static, void. Okay, and this is a main method name, and why we are using the string args. Okay, array, and what is the arguments. Okay, so when you are like communicating with the program in the console, okay, whatever the parameters are there will be stored in the array. So okay, and this is a void, which means this method will not return anything. So return, I also shown you by using the return keyword, we will return something else. But here we didn't use that because when you are using the void, we don't need of a return keyword. And this is a static. So static is nothing but for this class. Okay, when you want to use a method of this class, you need to create an object. Okay, so just don't go into the deep of object and the classes. But when you want to use a method, so just see the high level. Okay, when you want to use a class level methods, you need to create the object. But when you have given the static as for that method, so you don't need to you create an object. So that is a main keyword, and here inside the static we can use our data. Now what I said, today we are going to discuss about the input statements and output statements. Okay, so what is actually input statements? So input statements are nothing but, so when you want to take input from the user, okay, through the console, you need to use the input statements. Okay, when you want to take, actually we are using the output statement daily. Okay, in the previous class also we use the output statement, which is nothing but system.out.println statement. So this is what we are doing. We are printing something. Okay, we are printing something in the console, and again when you want to take the input from the console, okay, so then we have to use a input statement. So basically input, for the input statements we need to import one class. Okay, for input statement we have the class scanner class available in the java.util package. Okay, in the java and in the util package we have the scanner class. So to take the input from the console, from here we need to give the input. See here, statically I have given the value. Okay, integer age equals to 25 I have given. But when you want to take the data from the user dynamically without hard coding the value, for every, when I run this program it will take the 25 only. But when I run this program I need to take the user from different age. Once I run I will give that as a 21. Again I will rerun and I will give the 24. Okay, so this is the dynamic data. So when you want to take the dynamic data and when you want to take the input from the user from the console, we need to import the scanner class. With the help of the scanner class we can take the input. Okay, so here the input statement is nothing but to take the input from the user. Okay, we have the scanner class. We have the scanner class in the java dot util dot package actually. Okay, so in the java dot util dot package we have the scanner class, so we need to import it. So how to import that one? Okay, first you need to use that scanner class, right? So how to use that scanner class? What we need to do here, in the place of base 64 I need to use the 64. Sorry, I need to use the scanner class. Okay, so this is a scanner class. And why it's showing caution? Because we didn't use it till now, so it's showing as a scanner. In our program we didn't use it, right? So it, why it's showing? Okay, so how we can, so first we need to import java dot util dot scanner in our file. Whichever file, whichever program you're writing in that file, when you want to take the input statement, you need to first, what we need to do, we need to import java.util.scanner class. Then what we need to do next, okay, we have successfully imported our scanner class. Then we need to create an object. Okay, so we need to create an object of this class. So how we can create the object of this particular scanner class means by using this class name. Okay, so here whatever the class name is there, so class name and object name we need to give here equals to, by using the new keyword, this is a new keyword, and we need to give the class name again. So what is the class name? We need to give that in this method. Okay, so this is how we will create the object of a particular class. Okay, now, so let me write it here, create object of the scanner class. Okay, so now I imported the scanner class. First one is completed, so this is the first one actually. Okay, and the second one, what we need to do, we need to create the object of that class. Okay, so here I will create the object of this class. So what is the syntax? We need to use the class name first. So what is the class name? Class name is a scanner. So here let me use a scanner, and I need to give the object name. So whatever the object you are giving, you need to give one name to it. Okay, so here let me use the sc as an object name, and equals to, by using the new keyword, right? So here let me use a new keyword, and again the class name. So class name is a scanner. So we are successfully created our scanner class. One second. The conscious man is undefined. And here we need to give the system.in. Okay, so because why we are giving system.in is, when you are take, this is a system, the console. Okay, from the console you are taking that input, so that's the reason it's here we need to give the system.in, the standard input stream. This stream is already open and ready to supply, okay, input data from the console. We need to take the data, and it has to be taken care of this sc object. Okay, so we have created successfully, and we can use this object to take the input from the keyboard. Okay, so now what is the third one? Using this object, okay, using this object we can take the input. We can take the input from the keyboard. Okay, we can take the input from the keyboard. So now let me take one input as, see here, this is an object. Okay, we created this object. Okay, and I want to, and also this is creation of this input statements and output statement. What I said, to display the data through the standard output. So through the standard output is nothing but the console. Okay, so here the output statements. Okay, so output statement is nothing but to print out the, to display the data through the standard output. Okay, to the standard output. So the output statement is nothing but, we already use system.out.println. Okay, this is a one statement, and I also explained about the two statements which are nothing but system.out.println, system.out.print. Okay, print method also, system.out.print also. These are the both output statement itself. So before taking, so here what we need, why we use a scanner, we need to take the input from the user. So before taking the input, we need to express him what he need to enter. Okay, what we are expecting from the user. Okay, so for that we need to display the data to him, to what he needs to enter. So for that, to display the data, we have to use a output statement. So here I'm using system.out.println. print ln, and I am explaining him to please enter your age. Okay, I am asking him to enter his age. Okay, then he will enter that data here in the console. Then we need to take that data by using this scanner class object. Okay, so how we need to do, so after completion of the output statement, okay, we need to use this scanner object, okay, ssc. So to take the input from the user in the data type of integer, we need to use the next int. Okay, next int. So what is entering is entering the age. Okay, so we need to take the age in the numbers, right? So just for that I'm taking the next int. So when you are dealing with the integer data type, you need to take the next int. So whatever the data I have taken, I need to store it in the variable, right? So here I am taking one variable as the age. Okay, and what data type it is storing, that is an integer data type. So here I am given integer age equals to sc dot next int. So whatever the age the user was entering, that was stored in this age. Okay, that was stored in this age variable. Okay, this is one variable data type of int. Okay, so when the user is entering the data type of the integer, by using the scanner class object, we need to use the next int method to get that integer data. Okay, now again, next I want to take the name of his or her something. Okay, system dot out dot print ln, and I'm asking him to enter your name. Okay, I'm asking him to enter your name. So now he will enter the data in what data type? Okay, he will enter the data type in the string or characters. So let me enter this salary. Okay, let me enter the salary. Now he will enter his salary, and that will be double. So double the data type, and I'm giving the salary one variable name by using the sc. Okay, sc dot, here we have the next double. Okay, next double. So here we need to take the next double, and when he enter the salary, it will be stored in this salary. Okay, so now before going into the age, let me take his name also. System dot out dot println, enter your name. So let me give it like this, man. Enter your name. So here semicolon is important in the Java code. Okay, without semicolon it will give you the error. So I will take that name in the string data type. Okay, here we need to take that in the string. So string name equals to sc dot next. Okay, so whatever the name he was entering, it will be stored in the string name. Okay, so first I created the scanner object, okay, to take the input from the user. Then I am using the output statement to display the data what he needs to enter. Okay, first I have given system.out.println to enter his name, and he will enter his name in the string data type. String data type is nothing but the sequence of the characters. Okay, so which is in the which he need to give in the double quotes. Okay, so in the yesterday I have taken the integer age equals to 25, right? Some 24 something, and here the string is nothing but string name equals to, we'll give it in the double quotes. Okay, we'll give it in the double quotes. Here this is my name. Okay, so this is a string data type. So that is a string data type. So that was I am taking in the string name, and after that he need to enter his age. So I am taking by using the sc dot next int. So I am taking his age, and after that I'm taking his salary. So salary will be in the double, so I am taking the double data type. Okay, so now after entering his everything, I need to print it out with his name and age and the salary. Okay, so for that I'm taking system dot out dot println. Okay, so here I'm just welcoming him with his name. Okay, what is the name? The name was stored in the name variable, right? So here what I will do, I will concatenate that string with this variable. Okay, so whatever the name he has, welcome name, and again in the double quotes. Okay, so whatever the variable stores the value, it will be printed in that, and with the concatenation. Okay, welcome name, I just give some space and quotes, and here again what I will do is, uh, your age, your age is, okay, here I will concatenate that age. What I'm doing here, I'm just taking the input and I'm retrieving that by using the variables names. Okay, and I'm just concatenating in one string. Okay, so I'm just printing his age, and after printing his age, I'm just giving the salary. Okay, and your salary is, okay, and your salary is, I will concatenate the salary here. Okay, whatever the salary is enter, and just concatenate this in Indian rupees. Okay, so just I am just taking the input, and by using the input statements and input class, okay, scanner class, and I'm just using the output statement to print it out something. Okay, so now we will see how it works. Okay, so now let me save this and let me run this program. Run as Java application, save it, and see it asking me enter your name. So let me enter my name. Okay, what it's saying, let me take your next line. One as Java application, Krishna. Okay, and it asking me the age. Let me enter the age here, and it asking me the salary. Let me enter my salary. Okay, so and click the enter. Okay, so it see it welly concatenating my name with my age and also my salary. Okay, I just taken the input. So see, while we are giving the static, okay, so one second, so let me give it here itself. So here I given the all the static data. So how many times I run this data, it gives the same data. Okay, so like age, salary are already given in this static data, but here in the case of input output statement class, it will changes the data irrespective to the respective to the each user. Okay, so see, when I run this data, now I will give the different. Here I will give that name as some Satish, okay, and give the age as something else. So I given something. Let me give the Satish and give the age and also salary. Okay. So now see, it will be different for different users. So this is a dynamic handling of the data. So by using the scanner class input and our output statements. Okay. So when you want to take the inputs from the console in your program, we need to use the scanner classes. Okay, and we need to use the output statement to display the data in the console. Okay, so this is how we need to use the input statements and the output statements. Okay, so now I have taken my name and examples also, right? So what I connect to the real time, let me think. Ah, So same, yesterday also I given the ATM machine example, right? So just think like that ATM machine also. As for the input, once we insert our card, they will have the input like a pin and amount, and then show the output like a balance and withdrawal slip. Okay, so in the same way, the scanner takes the input and println will shows the output. Okay, so this is a basic example. Okay, how we need to understand classes, input and the output classes. So in the ATM, so they ask input and amount, so it will take the input and then it will show the output with the balances and withdrawal slips. Okay, so in the same way, scanner will take the input statements and the output will give in the print classes. Okay, statements system.out.println. So these are the output statements which will print all the outputs. Okay, so now we'll go to the operators. So operators in the Javas are the symbols. Okay, so that performs operations and the on the variables. So whatever the variables we have, okay, it performs the operations on and its values. Okay, so the special, those are the special symbols, or also we have the keyword. So in the Java, so that performs operations on the variables and its values. So for example, we have the additions. Okay, so for additions and for the comparisons, okay, comparison of the between two values, and for the logical decisions, we have the operators in our Java. So let me write it in my bad ones, then we'll get to know what is actually operators are. Operators, right? So operators are nothing but the special symbols or the keywords in the Java that perform operations on variables. That perform operations on variables and values. Okay, so it performs a special operations between variables and the operators. So for examples, we have addition and comparisons and some logical decisions also. Okay, so these are the example, and we also have more. So in the operators, we have a different types of operators in the Java. Okay, so there are like 7 to 8 types. Okay, so which is nothing but arithmetic operators, and we have relational operators, so we can call it as also, one second, relational operators. And we also have and we can call the relational operators as a comparison operators also. Okay, so we call the relational operators as comparison operators also. And what we have the logical operators. We have the logical operators. One second. Is that right? Yeah, logical operators. And we have bitwise operators. We have bitwise operators and unary operators. Yeah, unary operator and ternary operator. Ternary operator. Okay. So these are the different types: arithmetic, relational, logical, bitwise, unary, and ternary operators. And among the ternary also we have other operators like arithmetic, relational, logical, assignment operators also. So those are also important operators. Assignment operators. Without knowing assignment or operator also, we have already done the operations on that. Okay, so assignment operators, unary and ternary operator, and the bitwise operators. Okay, so operations are like action words actually. So those are in the in like what we call. So when you want to perform any actions like a verb, okay, in the English we say a verb is indicating an action. So just like that, operators are also indicating the action. So action between the variables and the symbols and the values. Okay, so now we'll go with each one of it. Okay, what is the arithmetic operator and what is assignment operators and what is all the operators. We will discuss each one of it. Okay, so today we will discuss about arithmetic operators and assignment operators. So after that we will discuss about the JSP. Okay, so then in the tomorrow's class we will discuss about all the remaining operators. Okay, so now first we have the arithmetic operators. So arithmetic operator, in the name itself it says, so arithmetic operators are used to perform the basic mathematical operations. Okay, so like addition, subtraction, division, multiplications. Okay, so when you want to perform the operations like this in your programs or in your file, okay, so we need to use the arithmetic operators. So arithmetic operators are used to perform, okay, perform basic mathematical operations. Okay, like addition, subtraction, multiplication, whatever the we have, right? Some mathematical operations, multiplications and divisions, etc. Okay, we have all different types of mathematical operations in the programming also we can do. And perform all the operations. So in the arithmetic operators, we have different operators. So I will explain each one of it. So here the first one goes with an a plus symbol, which is nothing but which is used to know, which is used to addition. We already know about this. Okay, in our physically also we know, we discuss, we learn about all these addition, subtraction symbols. So here also it will same function of the symbol is to add the particular values between two. Okay, so when we use this arithmetic operator, it will add the two values between this operator. Okay, so in addition, so if I taken the two variables, okay, so imagine like I have the values. So here I will, let me show you, type this. Let me take integer a equals to some 5 and integer b equals to some 6. Okay, so this example, for example purpose I'm taking here. So for example, okay, integer a equals to 5 and b equal to 6. So when I want to add the two integer variables a and b, okay, so I just use the a plus b. Okay, so this will give the sum of the two numbers, sum of the two numbers, right? So when you want to add the two numbers, we use a plus addition symbol, and same it goes for the subtraction also. Okay, subtraction. So when you use subtraction between the two variable symbol a minus b, so it will give the subtraction of the two numbers, subtraction of the two numbers, not the names, it's the numbers. Okay, and we have the asterisk. So asterisk is used for the multiplication. Okay, so asterisk we use it for the multiplication for the same condition when I want to multiply with a and the b variable, or you can also use the values directly. So a into 8. Okay, so this is a multiplication between the variable and the name, multiplication of the variable and the value. Whatever the value we are given, it is multiplicating with the variable. So the variable has stored some value, so it will multiply with that value itself. Okay, and here in the programming we have two different type of divisions. Okay, so when you want to get the quotient, we use a division symbol, which is nothing but slash. When you want to get the remainder, we use a modulus symbol, which is nothing but percentile symbol also. Okay, so here I use a slash symbol for the division. Okay, but when I use the slash for the division, it will give the only, it will give only the quotient. It will only give the quotient as a result. It will give the only result of the quotient. Okay, so when you are dividing 5 by 6, it will give you the only quotient whatever it is there. But when you want to get the remainder in the division, you need to use this percentile symbol, which we call it as a modulus. Okay, so it will give you the remainder, it will not give the quotient or anything else. Okay, it will result you in the remainder. Okay, so a modulus of b, it will give you the reminder. Okay, so it will give you the reminder. So imagine where you have the a value as a 10 and modulus of 3. Okay, you are dividing by a modulus of 3. Okay, what is the reminder here in this case? Okay, when you are using this percentile symbol, it will give you only the reminder. So the reminder will be 1. So here in this case, okay, just imagine same just like that, 10 slash 3. So it has to give the quotient, right? So quotient, what will be the quotient? 3 threes are 9. So 9 by 1 is nothing but the 1 is a reminder and 3 is a quotient. So it will give the answer as a result. So the result will be give the 3 in the division case. So when you are using the modulus, it will give you the 1. Okay, so these are the important ones. Okay, when you are dealing with the logics. Okay, these are the important logics you need to get to reminder of this division and the modulus symbols. Okay, now this is the arithmetic operators importance and arithmetic arithmetic symbols, and these are the arithmetic operators. Okay, so we need to know why each and what is happening with the each and everything. Okay, now we will go with one example here in this case. Okay, so let me create one basic class here. So for that, let me create what I can create operator of what operations. Let me give the operations operators. Okay, here I'm just selecting my public static void main and we'll go with each one of it. Okay, so let me take the input from the user itself. So I need to take the, when I want to take the input from the user itself, I will import the scanner class, right? So here I will import the scanner class, import java dot util dot, okay, util dot scanner. Okay, so I am importing my scanner class to take the input from the user. So then what we need to do next, second step, so after create importing the scanner class, you need to create the scanner object. So I am here, I'm creating the scanner object. You can take any name. Here I am taking sc in the previous, right? So here I'm taking s1 now. So here you need to use a new keyword and the same scanner class, and you need to give the system dot in. Okay, system.in and the semicolon. Okay, so let me increase the size if you are not visible. Now when I want to perform the multiplication, I need to say him, right? So system dot out dot println, and I'm asking him enter the 1 second guys. Oh, sorry guys, where we are here, right? So we are taking two inputs from the user, and we need to uh, tell him, right? So we need two inputs so we can add. So for addition or something like that. So for addition, please enter the first value or something like that. Okay, so he will enter the first value. He will enter the first value, and I need to store that value in the num1 variable. Okay, how we can take that value? By using the object of the scanner class, right? So here, let me take the class s1 dot. So it is a data type int, so I am taking the next int. Okay, now I had taken successfully num1. Again, I need to tell him, right? System dot out dot println, please enter the second value. So here, what I will do, please enter second value. I'm saying him to enter the second value. So here, integer num2 equal to s1 dot, okay, s1 dot next int. Okay, this is all the data type of int, so I am taking the next int. Okay, what we need to do, we need to perform the addition between two numbers, and we need to give the output to the user. Okay, how we need to manipulate the data? By using this variable names. Okay, so the num1 value is stored in the num1, and second value is stored in the num2. So what we need to do here, I'm just saying for addition, right? So I'm just giving the dynamic statically, I'm giving the addition. So what we need to do, num1 plus num2. Okay, so this is we need to do, we need to do the addition between the two values. Okay, and here it was stored in the two variables. So again, it will give the result of this addition of these two numbers. So that is also in the integer only. So I'm taking the integer variable, and I'm just storing integer result equals to integer result equals to num1 plus num2. Again, we need to give the semicolon. Semicolon is important. So the now the result was stored in this result variable. So I need to print it out to the user. System dot out dot println, sorry, println uh, addition of the two numbers is, okay, here you can concatenate with your result. Okay, or else if you want to provide all your two numbers, okay, which is nothing but here, in the case of two numbers, I want to submit the whatever the numbers he has given, num1. Okay, he has given num1, right? Num1, and here, and I just give the and. Okay, here I will give the num2. Okay, so now what it will say, the addition of the num1 and the num2 is, okay, and the result. Okay, let's try with running this program. Let me save this and run it. Run as Java application. So it asking the first value, I will give the 21, and please enter the second value. I'm giving the 16. So see, addition of the 21 and the 16 is 37. So for all the all the arithmetic operations, just you need to change here the operators and try the operators, all the arithmetic operators once. Okay, so now what is the time? 12:53, right? So we'll go to the JSP. Okay, I will start the JSP in just 2 minutes. Okay, in the meantime, if you have any doubts regarding today's class, okay, like operators or the input statements or the output statements, so let me know. Or else I will start the, I will just give the 2 minutes break for the JSP class. Okay, after that I will start the class. Now today we discuss about the arithmetic operations, right? So in the tomorrows we will discuss about all the remaining operators. Okay. Now, after the 2 minutes, I will start the class for the JSP. In the meantime, if you have any doubts regarding today's session, like operators, arithmetic operators, and input and output statement, you can ping me in the chat, or you can unmute yourself and you can ask me. Okay, guys, just take the 2 minutes break. Okay, so after 2 minutes, I will start the JSP class. Okay. Okay, guys, I just said to take the break or not go out of the session. Okay, so it's okay for me. I will start the class of the JSP. So in the previous class of the JSP, we discussed about how to create the JSP and what are the required softwares we need for the JSP. Okay, so in that we created main web app. In the web app, we created one file, right? Welcome.jsp file. So this is how the we embedded the Java in the JSP pages also. Okay, so now today we will discuss about the navigations. So navigations is nothing but in a web applications we have a different web application pages. Okay, so for one functionality we use one file at a time. So at a time means, so when you want to log in, so for login we use one file. Okay, for home page we use one file. So for just like that we need to create a different files for the different web pages. Okay, different file for the different web pages. So in real-time projects, so web pages, web applications have different pages for the login, home, profile, and dashboard. So JSP is allows the navigations between pages. Okay, so for that every page we need to create one different pages. So now let me create one more page here. Okay, so this is a welcome page, right? So after welcome page I will create like two pages. Okay, let me create the two pages and how we will navigate between these two pages and what we have in the JSP, what are the, like what are the ways we have to navigate between the two pages. Okay, this is a welcome page and let me create one or three pages. Okay, let me create new. Okay, new. So what? Okay, we need to change the perspective here before going into the JSP. So in the JSP, we need to change the perspective to the Java EE. So when you are practicing with the Java, we need to go to the Java. Okay, but when you are practicing in the JSP, we need to go to the Java EE. So in my Java project, JSP project, web app. Okay, in this web app only we need to take all the files. Okay, when we are creating the web application. So here let me create one more file as a JSP file, and let me give the name it as a page one dot JSP. Okay, this is a page one. This is a page one, and let me create one more page JSP page two. Okay, and one more page as a page 3. Okay, now I created a 3 pages. Okay, now I have created the 3 pages. So here when I run this project, I will display. When I run this, I will run it here. So okay, you know, right? Everybody know how to run the JSP project, right? So I already shown in the previous class, and I will show you again. Just right click on your JSP project name and go to the run as. Here we are running on the server, on our local Tomcat server. Okay, select the run as a server and select your Tomcat server and click the finish button. Okay, so now let require Tomcat are already in the use. Okay, it's saying the Tomcat is already in the use. So let me kill that task now. CMD. Mm, we have we need to kill that task. So next add ion. Let's start file. What we can say next add. Let's start ion pipeline find str. What is the port number? We need to give the port number here. Okay, find str. That's not a star. Cannot open 8080. 1 second. Let me give the let's start ion pipeline str 0, 0. Yeah. So this is the working background. So we need to kill the task. Kill. We need to the number, right? Task kill. What we can give task kill PID. Here we need to give the number. Would not be terminated. Okay, just kill it like that. Success. Okay, now we can run our project. So right click on your project, run as, run on server, select the server and finish it. Okay, now it will run. Okay, see, we are in the welcome.jsp class. Now I need to navigate into the page 1, page 2 and page 3. So how we can navigate? So JSP allows, okay, JSP allows, let me write it here. JSP allows navigation between the pages using hyperlinks and using hyperlink tags. Okay, you already know, right? Hyperlinks. If anybody knows about the HTML, they are well aware of the hyperlinks, which are nothing but anchor tags. Okay, so anchor tags, and we have the forms in the JSP. Okay, so in the form we have the action tag, action attribute. So by using the action attribute also, we can navigate into the different pages, and we also have the request dispatcher. Okay, request dispatcher, but we mostly use the anchor links and the form, and also we have action tags in the dispatcher, and we have the send redirect. Okay, this is also we use to navigate between the two files. Okay, so that's a basic in any web applications. Okay, so in the Amazons also, when we are clicking on the add to cart or any page, okay, so it takes into the different JSP page. So just imagine like they are using the JSP pages. Okay, when we click the card, so it will take into the another page. Okay, so that's a multiple JSP navigations. So those are nothing but the multiple navigations. So here, when I am running my when I am running my project from this is a welcome file. Okay, so from this page itself, I need to navigate to the page one. Okay, I need to navigate to the page one. So here I created the page one. Okay, this is a page one, and here let me give the heading to this as a page one. So this is a page one. Okay, so this is a page one. So here this is a page one. So now this is a welcome file. So when I run this project, okay, when this file will be open, so from this file I need to go to the navigation. So here what I will do here, I will give the anchor link here for the page one. Okay, page one. When you want to go to the page one, you need to go here. Okay, in the anchor link we need to give the h reference. Okay, so hypertext reference. So here to which page you want to navigate. Okay, here I am saying the page one, and here I have the page one address, page one.jsp. So I will give the page one.jsp. Okay, so now let's see what it happens here, and just refresh this. Okay, here I have the link. Okay, here I have the link to redirect to the page one. Okay, let me try and click it here. Okay, when I try to click it here, so it's where it's going, it's going to the page one.jsp page. Okay, where it's going, it's going to the page one.jsp page. So this is how we need to navigate between the one page to another page. Okay, so now we are in the page one. Okay, what if we want to go to the previous page? We are in the one page, right? So when I want to go to the home page or the welcome page, okay, welcome page, what we need to do in this page itself, again we need to use a hyperlink. Okay, and we need to give the back to the home, and we need to give the address of our welcome page. Okay, now in this welcome file we have given the page one address to go to the page one. When you go to the page one, and again when you want to return back to your home, okay, here I'm using the anchor link and back to the home. Okay, when I want to go to the home, what is a home? Which is nothing but the welcome file, right? So here we need to give the welcome file address, welcome.jsp. Okay, so now let me refresh it here. See, here we have another link which is saying as back to home. Okay, so let me click it here, back to home. We are in the welcome file. Okay, so same just like that, if you want to give the all the pages, okay, here, so let me create here. Okay, for the page number two, for the page number three, okay, I am giving the page number two address, and for the page number three, I am giving the page number three. Okay, so refresh it. See here, I have all the three pages hyperlinks. Okay, just so I am changing the page number two as a register. Okay, and here I am just giving the login. Just imagine like that. Okay, so when you want to register, I just click the register button, but here in the register page I didn't have anything, because in the page 2 we did written anything, right? So here let me give the heading as register here. Okay, and just giving as a heading. Okay, so here let me refresh this. See, in the page number 2 it is register here. Okay, when you are in the register page, again when you want to go back to your home, back to home, I just need to create the hyperlink. Okay, and hyperlink, by using the hyperlink I need to give the h reference attribute, and the h reference attribute I need to give the value to go back to the home. So I need to give the welcome.jsp file. Okay, so now again when I refresh this, okay, see here, back to home. Now when I go to page 1 I can come back to the home. When I go to the register page I can come back to the home. Okay, so this is a use of the pages navigations in the JSP. Okay, by using the anchor links and by using the forms also we can create the navigation. So for the forms I will explain in the tomorrow's class. So this is a basic navigations, how we can navigate from one class to another class. Okay, so this is simplest navigation in the JSP. So just like clicking links on any web applications, here in our project we are creating the hyperlinks tags in our welcome file, and then we are going from one page to another page. In the page 1 we can also give the link for the register page also. What we need to do, go to the page 1, and here you just give the anchor link for the register. Okay, so where is the register in the page 2, right? So here in the h reference give the register page, which is nothing but page number 2.jsp. Okay, so again go back to home and refresh it here. From here you can also go to the register, or else when you go to the page 1, here also you can go to the register page. Okay, just click it, see. Okay, when you want to go back to home, you are in the back in the home. Okay, so this is the simplest way of navigating from one page to another page. Okay, so in the tomorrow's class, we'll discuss about the operators of the remaining operators and the form. Okay, how and why we use the forms in our JSP applications. Okay, and what is the importance of the forms and everything. Okay, today we discussed about all our input statements, output statements, and the operators and the JSP, how to navigate from one place to another place. Okay, so multiple pages are nothing but links. By using the hyperlinks we have navigated between the two pages. In the tomorrows we will again discuss about all our remaining topics. Today we did discuss about, right? So all our topics we will discuss about in the tomorrow's class. Okay, thank you guys, and if you have any doubts regarding anything you can ask me regarding anything installation from day 1 to today's class. If you have any doubts, you can ask me, or you can also ping me in the WhatsApp. We are here. If everything is good, yeah, you can drop off from the class. And thank you.